Can you get a small business loan for real estate? And if so, what are the ins and outs of making that happen so you can leverage it on your next deal? All that and more coming up. Hey there, my name is Mike Fritz. I'm the founder of Titanium Capital Investments and the founder of the Multifamily CEO System. My greatest passion is helping investors just like you create financial freedom with multifamily real estate. And people often wonder, can I use a small business loan for real estate? In this video, I'm going to walk you through what the two different loans are, what you actually can use it for in real estate, and can you use it for multifamily real estate? Let's go. So can you use a small business loan for real estate? The answer is yes, but not for all real estate. Only certain kinds of real estate will accept this kind of loan in order to get the deal done. The first one is the SBA 7A loan. There are three different things you can use this loan for. You can use it for real estate, you can use it for working capital, and you can use it for business equipment. But because you can use it for real estate, then of course that begs the question, what kind of real estate does this actually apply for? Because it has nuances on what real estate it will accept and what real estate it won't accept. You'll see a strong division down the idea that it will loan on business real estate or real estate used for business and real estate used for living. The second loan is the SBA 504 loan. This loan is used for larger projects from $120,000 up to $20 million. So this loan comes to much bigger projects and really starts funding projects that are in that higher price range. You can go back up to that SBA 7A loan if you want to do a little bit smaller project. The SBA 504 loan has a fixed interest rate. It doesn't have a variable interest rate that can change on you over time. A variable interest rate can be scary because if you start off with a really great interest rate and you bought that property understanding that interest rate and then it starts to go up, it can really cut into your profits and create a really difficult project for you on the back end. So finding a loan that has a fixed interest rate is a huge win for real estate investors because we invest based on constants. We invest on things that won't change. When we have things that can change that are out of our control, it makes it a much more risky investment. This loan also has a 20-year maturity rate for real estate and land, meaning the loan will have to be paid off in 20 years. So if you have a project that you want to extend those payments out 30 years, the SBA loan, or especially the 504 loan, it's not going to be a great loan for you to leverage inside of your deal. One of the most powerful tips of the 504 loan is it only requires 10% down. Because it's a government-issued loan, we can get them for very low down payments and really leverage a powerful loan to get our real estate done at only 10% down. If you've been doing commercial real estate for any amount of time, you know we expect 20 to 30% down in order to get a deal done. Well, when you can come into a loan where you only have to put 10% into the project, that often will create a little bit higher payment, but you can make more money because you don't have to put as much up on the front end, meaning that your cash-on-cash return is a little bit better in your favor because you're not having to put as much into the deal. Before we go on to the next tip, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit that bell notification so you get notified every time we put out a video, which is every single weekday. Let's get back to the content. The next question we want to know is, what real estate can you use it for? I've said you can use it for real estate, but for what kinds of real estate will it actually apply? Again, I mentioned you're going to draw a line down real estate, and the real estate that's used for business, it's going to be much more applicable to. However, there are some real estate that kind of flirt on that line. For example, one of the things you can use it for is assisted living centers. Assisted living centers are places in where elderly people go and get assistance for living. That's why they're called that. And assisted living centers can be loaned on by SBA. Now, you and I would think, well, if it's not on the business side, why will they loan against it? It's a great question, and more than likely, it's because they want to offer incentives for people to open up safe and quality facilities for the elderly people to live. The second place is bars and clubs. Bars and clubs are great places to leverage the SBA loan process because, again, it will loan on something that's being used for a business. Also, hotels and motels will also allow the SBA loan process. Again, it's not necessarily living, but it's more of a business because often hotels are used to house traveling people, business people, and people on vacation. So you have to understand, they see that more on the business side than the living side. Also, retail and office space, you can leverage the SBA loan process for. And retail and office right now, as we film this in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of people are scared to death of office and retail space. By the way, I'm not. I do not believe office and retail space are going to go away. I think it's going to shift how it's used. So just make sure you understand. Don't be afraid of those investments. Just make sure you get a really good deal on them so you can leverage what's to come. And another thing, ironically, that you can use an SBA loan for is a golf course. You can actually loan on a golf course with an SBA loan. Again, it's real estate for business. So these are the ideas of things you can use that SBA loan for. And most of us think, well, what about houses? What about multifamily? We'll answer that in a minute. But the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of real estate you can leverage an SBA loan for and take advantage of that fixed interest rate and that low down payment. Now, one of the things I found out that broke my heart is you can't actually use them on multifamily real estate. If you've been around our channel any amount of time, I love multifamily real estate. They will not allow an SBA loan for multifamily real estate. So if you're going to leverage that loan, you just want to make sure your passion is an asset class that leverages that type of money. What I find is there's a lot of opportunity inside of those projects that I just mentioned that would be great investments for real estate. But here's the kicker to a lot of this. I mentioned all of this real estate. Anytime you own the building that those businesses are in, they will also loan on that. So if you have a building that has space for a restaurant or a bar, that's a commercial building, the SBA loan process will loan to you on that building. They just won't loan on multifamilies, which again, of course, breaks my heart. But the truth of the matter is, this is a specific loan project to businesses, not to living. And that's why they structure it that way. But I want to say that the SBA loan process is one of the most powerful loans you can get due to its low interest rate, fixed interest rate, and low money down. So if you can pick one of these assets and become really passionate about it, it's a great loan to leverage. And I believe everybody should seek to leverage these loans because of how powerful they are and how much money you can make as a result of them. Question of the day: would you take out an SBA loan for a piece of real estate? And if so, what kind? Throw in the comments what kind of project you would buy with an SBA loan. I'd love to hear your story. I want to give you a free gift for tuning in today. In the description, there's a link to our multifamily masterclass. It's a 60-minute training that lays out the 5 ways you can bust into the multifamily market in 71 days or less. Yes, you can get a property in 71 days or less if you just work the system. Go ahead and click that link, and I'll see you in the training.